Oh, guys, look.
What happened? More medicines? Hey, on demand.
Welcome to Court Captains, a volleyball podcast.
Where we talk all things Major League Volleyball. I'm Kelly.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Ian.
And today we're halfway through season 3.
Wow.
Yes.
Halfway point. It's March.
So exciting.
But first, a message from our sponsor. This episode of Court Captains is brought to you by Volley. Check out the Volley app for all your pro volleyball needs. You can find MLV weekly schedules, live score updates, and stats. Plus, if you missed a match, like you were on vacation, check out the content tab for video replays and highlights from the week. Download the Volley app at playvolley.com/courtcaptains. That's playvolley.com/courtcaptains.
Yes.
Nailed it. Kelly, you can go
She's
check out
back.
the content app.
Yeah.
She's back.
Yeah.
The content tab for highlights. You can watch them. Okay, well, we're going to catch Kelly up on the week in a second. First, we'll talk about news. And the big one is we have a new commissioner. Allegedly the first commissioner, actually. So I think like
Job
some people
titles.
colloquially called Jen Spiker commissioner, but she wasn't. She was CEO.
CEO, yeah.
I think I
Who was
need like
president?
what does president do? What is the
Mm-hmm.
what is
Org chart.
yeah,
Org chart.
org chart.
Would love to consume that org chart. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
I
Yep.
would love to be entertained by it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think they're really making it up as they go along. But anyway, we got the announcement at the beginning of this week. They sent some press releases. Ian, do you want to read us some details from the press
Sure.
releases?
I'll read from the MLV's website. Jamie Weston joins Major League Volleyball, as Nikki said, as the first commissioner. If you don't know Jamie Weston, she brings more than 2 decades of leadership experience across professional sports, media, and culture. Proven executive with 15 plus years in the NFL front office. She accelerated fan growth, modernized the brand, and strengthened commercial performance across sponsors, media rights holders, and clubs. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
She was also chief commercial officer of USA Volleyball and, worked with them in the lead up to the LA Olympics in 2028. And earlier in her career, she worked for Universal Music Group. So that's pretty cool as well. She had a quote in the press release. She said, "This is volleyball's time. In the U.S., the sport is female-led and female-defined, and professional women's volleyball is not following a blueprint. It's designing one. Major League Volleyball will build on its foundation and scale this momentum into a league that sets the standard for the future."
So things that jump out at me about this resume. First, being affiliated with USA Volleyball most recently is interesting to me because USA Volleyball over the last few years has really been doing a whole lot of nothing when it comes to these pro leagues. They support
Endorse them,
everybody.
or what, yeah.
Their partner, they're like, I'm your partner, and don't have anything really to say. Don't seem to have any serious involvement with the leagues, with the exception that obviously a lot of Olympians are playing for love. However, the fact that she worked there for a couple years is interesting to me. It kind of indicates to me that my hypothesis is that people who work for USAV probably have all different kinds of opinions, but either the highest up person or the team in total is taking more of a we're going to promote our Olympians and that's kind of it approach. Anyway, so I just wanted to comment on it's just interesting. I wouldn't have expected someone from USAV to come over to MLV, especially in such a big time role capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at it from afar, it's they don't seem to support it, but likely individuals don't feel that way,
Yeah.
So
Volleyball's such a small world. She
I
probably
know.
had a connection in the league. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not qualified. That made me sound like
No,
she's
no,
not
I hear
qualified. No, she certainly is qualified. All of the history and job experience
Yeah,
proves
and
that.
she
But
played in college
and she
at Georgia
played,
Tech.
yeah. But yeah, maybe there's like, yeah, she's hopefully she's supportive.
Yeah, I think she is. I just think it's odd that just we've heard so little from USAV in terms of supporting MLV at all.
Yeah.
Um, so that's I think a good thing. I think that her quote is a little. It gives me a bit of pause for a couple reasons.
Oh.
The thing is, I understand the inclination for people affiliated with women's pro volleyball anywhere to be like, we're the leaders. There's no men's pro that we're following. And so, like, we're not following a blueprint. Could that mean we're not following men? You know, like,
Well, I think it kind of, well, read the quote, or I can read the quote, I
no, it's
guess.
okay. Female led and female defined, and professional women's volleyball is not following a blueprint, it's designing one.
To me, I read that and I'm like, yeah, everyone shut up. It's fine. Like we're doing fine. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
I,
constantly people are like, oh, remember with like with the NFL, how
yeah.
that worked, or NHL, like they're constantly comparing it to the existing leagues.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, you tell them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like I don't know, I read it in two ways. If it's involved in the men's thing, I think realistically it is not like women's basketball or something like that that people always want to compare it to because there is no existing men's league that is successful. So
Mm-hmm.
regardless, like that is a true thing. Like there is no blueprint in the sport for it, but I also appreciated it because as we always say on this podcast, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone's always trying to compare it to, you know, attendance numbers from this or, you know, TV numbers or streaming numbers from that. And I think we've mostly said that that's just like, I don't, you can do that, but I don't know how much you can learn from making those comparisons.
Sure.
This is a different thing.
I think I want them, the league, to like, we've heard various strays about how volleyball is the best and all other women's sports are bad and not as good and horrible. And I think I just like we lose a little bit by not giving credit to those other
Mm,
leagues.
Gold
And
medal winning women's hockey.
of course, like there are just so many. It feels like I understand they're like corporate lean away from wanting to like assign value to things that they don't have to do with, you know? But the reality is that we are in a moment where people are paying more attention and where corporate entities are starting to believe in, I mean, not all of them, but believe in the idea that like people can enjoy women's sports and it's not just, you know, playing second fiddle to men's sports. And I think that like if we don't give a little bit of credit to like people who have been working in this space for decades, then I think we can learn stuff from them. We
yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
compare all the time
Yeah.
necessarily, but like you would hope that we're taking cues from what's out there and trying to not make the same mistakes and trying to learn from people who've been like fighting that fight for a long time. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I appreciate your positive takes on these quotes because they're good ones.
Totally. Thanks. No, I think
Anytime.
the focus on like female led, female defined is what makes me think, oh, opposite, we're comparing this to men's sports
Sure.
Mm,
and not necessarily like discounting the women's sports. But I agree with you though, that
yeah.
let's have a little bit more conversation about, and I hope that they're talking to those other leagues, but probably
Yeah, I
not.
don't know.
There's like, they got a lot going on.
I know that it's pretty busy for
Yeah.
sure. So one question you may have is why is the commissioner being hired in the middle of season 3? And I don't know the answer to that. But it is kind of a weird time for new leadership to come in. My best guess is contracts.
Yeah.
But does anyone want to speculate on that?
Well, I'm also, this just goes back to the org chart thing, because in the article, it's like Jen Spiker, who has served as president, will transition to executive vice president. So you guys are getting rid of the president title, and now it's a commissioner.
Right.
Does that have to do you think that has more to do with like, oh, we've set up this league to be like this federated model and like we don't like the term president for this
Right.
model and
I
we'd
think
rather
that,
have a
Maybe.
commissioner? And like,
yeah,
is commissioner the same as president?
Yeah. What's the
Because
difference in
now we don't have a
powers?
president, right?
Yeah, there's no president.
I
yeah.
don't know. It's just kind of silly.
I mean, I think that, so something that we've heard is that starting between season 2 and 3, the model for like getting input from the teams has kind
It's
of more
probably,
officially switched
yeah,
over to each, because we've seen this in some press releases,
like a
right? Is
board
like,
of team owners.
yes, is like they've referenced this board,
Yeah.
or they've like designated, certain teams have designated people who will be the board representatives. And so our
President seems like
understanding,
their boss, but it's really commissioners like they're
it's a
working for the
commission.
board. Yeah, they're working for the board and they're kind of
Yeah.
just the go-between for all those decisions.
Yeah, so it doesn't surprise me that now there is like one representative who's kind of presiding over this board, and that in the spirit of like the title of commissioner, which is applied to the heads of several other major sports leagues like baseball, basketball, right? There's commissioners in all of those. They kind
Football.
of now football. They kind of that individual person is like, you know, quote unquote presiding over this like board of people who are representatives from each team ownership, and they vote on stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just that like someone from DeVos's group is making choices about things in collection with ostensibly Jen Spiker and other people in the office. It's like they vote on where the All-Star game's going to be. They vote on where the playoffs are going to be.
Yeah.
There's like, this is kind of a model I think that's more conducive to that person who's sitting at that table being called a commissioner instead of like a business role of CEO and president.
Czar.
Czar of the
Czar.
league.
Yeah, league czar. It's cool. We'll see. Again, I don't know. Maybe just shout out to Jen Spiker for being like, maybe she was just like, I don't want to travel as much.
Maybe.
I'm
Well,
done with that. 2 years are good.
that's like not unrelatable.
It's
No?
very relatable.
It's extremely relatable.
Yeah.
But thanks, Jen.
Yeah. Shouts.
Shout out, Jen. Okay, I have middle of the season we got injuries on injuries. Okay,
Yeah.
so I had said that I heard some announcer say that Brittany Abercrombie would be back soon, but she's not back. I confirmed that it's a foot situation and
Not great.
no major updates except just to correct corner myself that it hasn't been soon. It's been weeks, and she's never dressed. And I think there may have even been a boot
It's
here and there.
interesting that there's no like injured reserve.
Not for her because they don't need the spot on the roster,
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
guess.
guess that makes sense.
But
Seems like you could use it.
a team that has been using it, well, who did just use it, I think, is Atlanta Vibe. They put Raven Colvin out on season-ending injured reserve,
That sucks.
Ooh.
which sucks. I don't know what she's hurt with, but it's horrible. But
Oh.
that also might explain the Alicia Andrew signing in terms of like position. But that's an instance where it's season ending. So like it makes a little bit of sense to put someone on it to open up space if you need it.
Yeah.
Heredia Cologne is back on injured reserve. She was on it in back on active, now on it again. That's not season ending, I don't believe. Circling back to players who are not going on injured reserve, but Hannah Maddox hasn't been playing for a couple games. Announcer said that her back was bothering her. She hasn't been dressing either. We saw Kayla Lund return. Heard that it was a knee situation from like the last 4 matches or so. Announcer Paul Sunderland said during the last match that she played in, she had an MCL. It was torn, but she's playing on it. And then like a couple points later, he was like, well, it was a strained MCL. And then a couple points later, he says, hopefully her meniscus is doing okay. So that was pretty confusing. Someone rein in Grandpa Paul and let him know which knee injury that starts with M was the right one.
Sure.
Indy coach put on her Instagram story like a highlight, reposted a highlight of Kayla, and then was like, "She's not injured. I didn't play her injured. She's good. She's better. It was an MCL strain." And then I DM'd her, and she said it was an MCL strain.
Okay, so you had it right the second
fine.
time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right. But like he kept saying like playing on injured thing, right? And
right.
so
and just makes the coach
were
look like terrible.
Like she's putting her through something. She was like, "She's better. I promise."
Oh my gosh.
Which is why she was like, on the bench, but again, not on reserve. That reserve thing truly I think is just because of the roster space. Now we've got cap space, which means that obviously the salary cap, which means that like I think that the last couple of years we saw so much injured reserve back because then you could activate your practice squad. And now that we don't have a practice squad, there's no need for all that back and forth.
Right.
And it's just like you've got your roster and you're probably not going to make a big move for someone who's temporarily injured.
Yeah.
Which sense. I appreciate.
Yeah.
So those are all of the injuries that I remember at this moment.
No updates on Teal or anything?
No, I think she's still out, and we've been seeing Cameron Hanna play as a result, which has been good.
She got in for like a couple points in their last game, but...
Oh, Ajani did?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just on the dub sub.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like probably she's just like working back into... Mm-hmm. Yes, but you're right. For the most recent match, she played a few points here and there.
Yeah, or two ago. I don't remember which one.
Oh, sorry. I just remembered another one. Ramad Al-Hassan was out this weekend. Grand Rapids middle blocker. No word on exactly what that is. And then we saw SKT on the bench in favor of Cameron Turner, but we don't think that was an injury. We think that Kathy just said like she wanted to switch some stuff up in the offense. But sure. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe SKT wasn't 100%, but she did on record say that. So hard to say.
Hard to say.
If there are more injuries that come into my brain as we talk about games, I'll let you know. But that's all I know about at this moment. There are plenty.
It's that time.
It really is. Okay, so what did Kelly miss? What are the big things we want Kelly to know, Ian? Do you have any thoughts?
Headlines?
Yeah, let's see. I leave for a week plus. I know I wasn't on the pod last week, but I really just got back like yesterday. Truly. So, not gonna lie, guys, I was pretty unplugged.
She was. She didn't answer.
I missed the Jason
messages.
Kidd news. I don't know if you guys talked about that last week or something. That's exciting.
Is that a new Dallas part owner or something like that?
Yeah. I just know that he played in the NBA.
Okay.
For a long time.
Coaches in the NBA currently.
Oh, current head coach of the Mavs.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Anyway,
Kelly,
so yeah, I missed some stuff, and I looked at the standings this week, and I was like, is Omaha okay? Can we are we like now as a podcast gonna like stop hating on them, and now we kind of almost have to start hating on Indy and like hope for their downfall?
I'm not hating on Indy.
I mean, I don't hate them, but like I do like I like when the underdogs win. So we kind of have to shift our mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
Omaha was on top for
Indiana's,
so long.
Yeah, becoming the overdog, and Omaha's now an underdog.
Yeah,
it's getting so dicey in these internet comments that like I certainly could never dream of piling on. I do have to adjust. They're like calling for, which like I think we did say this. I think I said this last week, Ian. It's like. Before they lost more, I was like, y'all are still in the playoffs. You're going to be fine. Like, relax. But now.
Yeah. I mean, they're still very much in that 4-team group that was going to fight for 2 spots, it seems like.
Totally. But wait, I didn't talk about this. They waived Elise Goetzinger.
Yeah. She's a rookie, right?
Well, so she didn't get drafted. The last year of her college season was 2024. And then she didn't play anywhere.
Okay.
But she did Athletes Unlimited, but like this fall. But I don't know if she was hoping for international or if she like kind of thought she would retire and then came out of it. I feel like I remember an announcer saying that. But either way, Athletes Unlimited was her first pro season. So she had like a spring last year after Creighton that she didn't play. But this is shocking to me because how are you going to waive her instead of Layla Blackwell, who
That's what makes
has
me
not played at all?
that's what makes me think that maybe she asked to be waived or
Okay.
she's leaving. Like,
Did she ask for it? Maybe.
Could have
Or
like salary implications. Who knows?
maybe. I can't imagine she was that expensive.
But
But
maybe Layla Blackwell has like a.
she's even less expensive.
But that's what I'm saying. Like maybe she has something where if you cut her, you have to give her the rest of her contract.
No way they're being that good to these players yet. I would love that. But because she's a Nebraska player, I think this is where
Yeah,
it's like
sure.
the GM pulling the strings in the back, trying to make sure that you keep the Nebraska players that everybody loves at that organization. And in some instances, that's going to be really cool for them. And they're going to maybe convince a very good player to come next year. But in some instances, you're going to make bad decisions if that's what your priority is. So they're losing. Although this
5 in a
latest
row.
this latest streak of losses, I just
5.
want to mention Brooke Nuneviller, very sick, and like still isn't 100%. We're hearing
Oh.
like
Yeah.
still is having
Still
trouble,
Like the flu
but
kind of
it's-
thing?
it's bad.
like yeah, like maybe having trouble eating, like not back
Oh,
from
that's-
whatever that illness is,
That stinks.
and so like that is in alignment with these losses. So
Yeah.
that's bad for them.
Yeah.
That is
But they
bad.
could have a comeback once she's back at it. The
Mojo good.
Mojo good.
Mojo Good is
Yeah.
the other headline. They break into the top 4, I do believe.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
they're
they're in that
500.
group.
We
yeah,
love to
like,
see it.
Them
So,
and Orlando
yeah,
are 500.
They're like a
and
half
so-
game above Omaha or whatever.
Yep, that's right. Because Omaha is now under 500 at 7-8.
First time ever? Has to be.
Probably.
It's
Outside of
gotta
like the
be.
first 2 weeks of
Yeah.
the season,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's got to be the latest in the season in history
In
of
history.
this league that they've been under 500.
First
Wow.
time in history
In history. So yeah,
that a
Mojo Good.
female-led team from Omaha.
And what I'll say is Orlando, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talked about it last week, and yeah, it continues
It
this
happened
week.
some more. Yeah.
Is
Even
Brittany-
with Chomp back.
Oh wait, we talked about this. Brittany
Yeah, Brittany's still
Abercrombie.
gone.
Yeah, she's got a
Now
foot
Hannah
injury.
Maddox gone.
Hannah Maddox gone, but
Bree
Cherry
Kelly
Luker
was
good.
sitting out a game.
Bree Kelly not playing.
So they've had
But-
a lot of. So it seems like when they win a game, it's like, damn,
So
nice.
Nice.
So you think like maybe it is time to use the injured reserve and like get a player in here or something?
I mean,
I don't
it was
know.
I don't
some-
know.
What do-
at
I feel
some
like Amy,
point.
I think she likes to preserve the
Vibe.
like the vibe. Yeah, which I appreciate. I think that's probably the right call.
No, me too.
I think you can kind of, if you have the right players, you can kind of work through anything.
Yeah. I mean, she
They're
has
still,
a very
yeah,
deep
they're still winning
bench.
games.
Yeah, that's the thing. They still win. It's
Yeah.
just that when they lose, it's like very confusing how it falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, bad, good, bad.
Good, bad, good, bad.
And then yeah, Indy good. Here's
Still
what
good, yeah.
here's what I want to say about Indy. They are having more fun than maybe any MLV team I've ever seen.
Yeah. And this like last 2 weeks, there's been like no Johnny Taylor either.
And
They've
there's
still
been
been
no
winning.
Johnny Taylor. But there are chest bumps everywhere. There's a lot of no audio, slow-mo fuck yeah. It's just happening
It's good.
all the time. This past week, I saw rodeo whipping the hand up and around like you've got a lasso. The celebrations are beautiful.
Yeah.
And they're all in on it. It's just like very, very fun to watch. We are going to go there
Yeah.
next week
Next
to watch them play
weekend,
Grand
yeah.
Rapids.
We can only go to games where Grand Rapids plays.
Literally.
That is correct.
What is happening?
I don't know. I've only seen Grand Rapids play. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game where Omaha was at Indy on a Sunday afternoon, the Indy fans showed up. It was popping in there. There were loud screams coming from the audience. It was a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see it in person. that's all I've got for headlines.
Thank
Ian,
you.
do you want to review the full scorer for us?
Yeah. Yeah, we
For our
can.
week, what is it? Week 8?
8.
Sure. Sounds right.
It's 8.
Sounds right to me. So, yes, Scorner, week 8 began Thursday, February 26th. San Diego Mojo at the Grand Rapids Rise on YouTube. San Diego made it a quick trip to Michigan with a sweep of the Rise. After a close first set, they won the first 26-24, second 25-21, and the third 25-19. The first of a couple of those defensive matches we talk about sometimes. The Rise hit 97 and the Mojo hit 179, but a win is a win. Mojo leave happy and they continue their streak. And they were led on the day by Maya Tay Brown. She had 13 kills, 190. Maren Grote had another really good match with 5 kills at 267 and a block. McKenna Vicini added 4 kills at 250 with 3 blocks and an ace. And Marley had 32 assists and added 3 kills and an ace, along with 2 blocks, including a block to win the first set by 2 points, 26-24. On the other side, Grand Rapids couldn't really get much going. They had 5 hitting errors in each set, to the Mojo only having 5 hitting errors for the match. Paige Briggs-Romine still had a really good game. Might have been the best on the floor for the match. She had 12 kills at 222, along with an ace and really good passing when she got the look. Alyssa Jensen had 5 kills at 231 and 3 blocks, but they struggled elsewhere. They hit sub 100 for the match, so not great on the day. Also on Thursday, Atlanta Vibe at Omaha Supernovas on the Roku channel. Atlanta headed to Omaha and took the win in 4 sets on the back of a really good third. They won 25-20 in the first, lost the second 20-25, and then won 25-16 and 25-20 to win. They hit 265 to the Supernovas, 227, led by some really monster games. Aiko Jones led the team in attempts and kills. She had 19, hit 298 with a block and an ace, and Leah Edmond followed with 18 kills at 421, along with 3 blocks. Phoebe Awalea was also really good. She had 10 kills, hit 667, and had 4 blocks. Atlanta did a really good job keeping Brooke Nonaviller contained, although, as we said before, also it's like some of its nature that's keeping her contained. But Omaha continues to play her, which, warrior. But she had 6 kills, she hit 36. She was blocked 5 times. Not great on the day. Emily Londa led the Novas in kills with 16 at 333, and Kiara Reinhardt had a great game as well, 7 kills at 583, a couple of blocks. Reagan Cooper had 11 kills at 146, and 4 blocks on a team-leading 41 swings for the match. And yeah, like we said, that was, I don't know, their 4th of their losing streak now. So we said last week they're very streaky so far this year, and that losing streak continues. All right, moving on to Friday. Indy Ignite at Columbus Fury on YouTube. Columbus really never got their feet under them in this game, and Indy took the match in a sweep. They won the first 25-21, the second 25-15, and the third 25-23. They really put it on Columbus, highlighted by the second set, which Indy hit 423 in, while Columbus hit -34. Indy was led by Anna De Beers, 12 kills at 385. Lydia Martin added 10 at 667 along with 2 blocks. Cameron Hanna and Blake Moeller both had 7 kills at 308 and 500 respectively, and Indy finished the match hitting 360 as a team to the Fury's 86. Columbus just couldn't find any consistency. They had 16 hitting errors, but Reagan Pittman Nelson had a good showing, 7 kills at 429 along with a block and 2 aces. Fury were led in kills by Raina Terry, who had 9 at 27 with a block as well. Also Friday, Orlando Valkyries at the Dallas Pulse on CBS Sports Network. Orlando, as we said earlier, still without Brittany Abercrombie, but this was the good one of their games. It was in that cycle, and didn't really matter. They went on the 4-set win. They won the first 25-23, dropped to the second 20-25, then won 25-23 again and 25-20. Without Brie Kelly and Hannah Maddox in this one, as well as Brittany Abercrombie, they were led by Nia Shamay's 17 kills at 159, as well as a couple of blocks. Charity Looper had 15 at 220, along with an ace and a block as well. Natalie Foster had a good match, 11 kills at 435, but a bit of uncharacteristic struggle for her from the service line. She had 7 errors, but she also added 2 aces and a block. Courtney Schwann also had 11 kills at 286 with a block and an ace. And on the Dallas side, Mimi Collier was phenomenal. She had 22 kills at 388 with an ace and 4 blocks, but they struggled elsewhere. They finished 233 as a team to Orlando's 255. Not crazy bad or anything, but outside of Mimi Collier, finishing points was a bit hard to come by. Sofia Maldonado Diaz finished with 14 kills at 130 with a block and 4 service errors. Caitlin Horde had a good match as well, 5 blocks and 2 aces, along with her 3 kills at 250. Then we went to Sunday. Everybody was in action. 4-gamer. Omaha Supernovas at Indy Ignite on CBS Sports Network. The Supernovas came out flying in the first set, but Indy took the next 3 to win in 4 sets at home. Omaha won that first set 25-17, and then Indy won 25-22, 25-21, and 25-13 in the 4th set, led by a huge Kayla Lund game, who led them in kills despite only coming in the 2nd set. She had 14 kills at 650, followed by Anna De Beers 13 at 306 with 3 blocks and 3 aces. Cameron Hanna had another good game with 12 kills at 320 with a block and an ace. And Lydia Martin hit over 300 with 9 kills and a block. Blake Mueller finished at 500 with 7 kills and 2 blocks. This was the 6th win in a row for the Ignite, I believe. Came without a Johnny Taylor on the floor again, and Lekator set the final 3 sets for them as well, and it's pretty dominant. Emily Londat led the way for the Supernovas. She had 17 kills at 289 with a block and an assist, but Omaha was out hit 374 to 252, and this was their 5th loss on the bounce. Reagan Cooper had 10 kills at 273, but really struggled passing the ball, 11% positive for the match. And Brooke struggled again with 4 kills at 56. Sydney Hilly had 32 assists and added 2 aces along with a block and 5 kills at 714. So that's pretty good. And Kiara Reinhardt hit 500 with 6 kills and 3 blocks. Next game, Grand Rapids Rise at Orlando Valkyries on Vice TV. Grand Rapids took advantage of Orlando's bad game of the week, and they won on the road in 4 sets. 25-22 in the first, 26-24 in the second. Lost the third 21-25, and then won 25-18. They got it done in this one, hitting 207 to Orlando's 130, outblocking them 15-9. Paige Briggs-Romine led the team again in swings and kills, finishing with 16 at 250, followed by Leah Myers, 13 kills at 333. Carly Snyder drew a lot of attention again, struggled offensively with 6 kills at 56, but she pressed pretty well, and the Rise found a way to make it work, so Elizabeth Enham was also back. She had 11 kills at 122 and 3 blocks. And like we said earlier, we got the bad side of Orlando in this one compared to earlier in the week. One bright side though, Kaz Brown had 9 kills at 389. And Naya Shimei again led the team with 17 kills at 140 and 4 blocks. Courtney Schwann had 9 kills at 116 and 2 blocks. And then Charity Looper and Lindsay Vanderweide had 5 and 7 kills respectively. Both of them hit under 100 for the game. The 3rd game of Sunday, Dallas Pulse at Atlanta Vibe on YouTube. Atlanta and Dallas went the distance, probably the best match of the week. 5-setter. The Pulse ended up beating the Vibe in the end. They won the first 25-21, lost the second 27-29, won the third 25-21, lost the fourth 21-25. And then won the match 15-10. It was fun. Dallas eventually claimed the win behind Mimi Collier's 21 kills at 291 with 2 blocks. Sofia Maldonado Diaz also had 21 kills at 130, struggled a bit more. Finished with 11 of the team's 18 hitting errors on the day. Lane Van Buskirk had a great one. 12 kills at 556 with 3 blocks and 2 aces. And Kaylee Cox had 10 kills. 200 with 3 blocks. Caitlin Horde had limited chances but did really well with them. 6 kills at 364 with 3 blocks. Atlanta had some good moments, especially the 4th set. They hit 359 in that one, but couldn't find a ton of rhythm. They hit 204 to Dallas's 249 overall. Leah Edmond, unsurprisingly, led the way. She had 22 kills at 241 and 3 blocks, also passing 68% positive on 41 attempts. So Phoebe Awalea had another good match with an ace and 4 blocks, 8 kills at 421. Anna Dixon had 13 kills off the bench, hit 188. The Vibe's still very much in the mix for the playoffs, but just haven't really been able to get a run going. Same as Orlando right now. Finally, Columbus Fury at San Diego Mojo on YouTube. Another bit of a defensive battle in this one. San Diego won in 4 sets over Columbus, 25-13. in the first, then they lost the second 20-25, and then won 25-20, 25-19. They won their third straight game, 6 of their last 7. Another great game for Maya Tabron, who had 18 kills at 255, along with a block. Marion Grote was fantastic as well. She had 5 blocks, along with her 11 kills. She had 625. Makes 2 wins this week for the Mojo, where they didn't hit over 200. So they've been showing a bit of struggle offensively, but they're winning. So, whatever. And we could say that the Fury on the other side did a little bit better than the sweep from earlier in the week. They won that one set, but it was another tough one for them. They hit negative in the first and the fourth sets. They finished the match hitting 67 to the Mojo's 176. Raina Terry still had a good one, 20 kills at 202 blocks. Audrey Pack had 4 kills at 500 and an ace, along with her 28 assists. Outside of those two, no other Fury player hit over 100 for the day. So it was a struggle, and that ended the week.
Thank you, Ian. I know.
No problem.
Poor Columbus.
Poor
Truly.
Columbus.
Yeah, it's rough right now.
I mean, they've switched from Ashley Evans to now Audrey Pack to set.
Mm-hmm.
Like once the game has started. I don't feel like she's ever started yet, right? She's just gotten brought in.
No, she started against Mojo.
Started
Yeah,
against
that
Mojo.
last
So
game.
that was
Well,
the first time. No,
Yeah,
Ashley
she
Evans
subbed
did.
in the first set, yeah.
In the first set,
But she started the
subbed in.
last 3 sets, yeah.
Right. And I keep wondering if they're ever just gonna like give her the full start. But I don't
Why?
know.
I mean, why?
They didn't hit well.
Why not?
Yeah.
If they're playing her if they're starting her 3 or 4 sets, why not change it up?
Yeah, just like from point one. But I don't have a solution for Fury. I just feel like it's the hitting efficiencies. They're
Bad.
bad.
Pretty bad.
Bad. That's just what this podcast is. Good, bad.
Bad.
Good, bad.
Good, this episode. We're just saying what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hitting under 100 for 2 straight matches, it's
Not good.
yeah, it's futile.
Another
right
way
now.
to say bad.
Yeah, it is indeed not good. Which that first game, I remember, it was a weird one. Is one of the weird ones looking back at the stats after having watched it, because they lost the third set by 2 points. It was the closest set, but it felt like it was their worst set.
Uh-huh. Isn't that odd?
Even though they only scored 15 points in the one before that. I don't know.
I mean,
it was a weird one.
I mean, looking at the stats, how Indy in that match hit 300 and Fury hit 81.
Uh-huh.
I feel like when you're watching a game, when a team isn't getting kills, even if they're like defending really, really well, they're not getting kills. You definitely notice it, I think, as a spectator.
Yeah.
It's also that
There's a lot
like
of hitting errors.
they are missing deep a lot.
Yeah.
They're hitting out of bounds a lot.
Yeah, and that's such a momentum killer.
And either they're going for high hands and they're missing, or they're like really trying to paint the back end line and they're missing. I don't really know what's going on.
There was a lot of, in that third set, it felt like for both teams, I don't know, just off my memory, I'd have to go back and look at the play-by-play. There are a lot of just like, they're scoring off the block.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth. It's just block errors
Yeah,
for a lot of that set. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're just like, well, let's just hit into the block and we'll score. It'll fly into the stands.
Which is a strategy.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you're desperate.
When you have no court vision.
Yeah. When the sets are bad.
And look at that. We can keep we can just keep going. We can keep finding origination.
So would that piss you off if they were just continually scoring off of your block, like hitting you in the arms?
It made
You'd be
me
like,
mad.
hey, try
Yeah,
and hit
I didn't
something
have
that
that
would be really
much.
frustrating,
I
especially
didn't
like
have that much in the first place.
Yeah.
if you're like blocking and you're really getting up and they are hitting your arms, like there's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah.
Like
Totally. I can't relate to that.
obviously
but
your
absolutely.
hands, like you can
can
have
direct
some
it.
control over your hands.
Yeah.
I think
But-
the most impressive thing is when blockers like are like still looking, you know? Like is that something that they do? Is that just what they told us to do? Okay, because sometimes we see like slow-mos and they're like truly closing their eyes, you know? Like
Yeah.
and like trying to reach more than trying to look, but like I was taught to look up Like keep
Yeah.
your chin down, but look at what you're doing. And I think that like the best blockers are going to like be able to move their hand to the ball
Yeah.
while they're up there.
Yeah.
And that's not happening all the time
Yeah.
with every blocker here. It's hard. It's difficult. I haven't blocked in a while, guys. I'm playing co-ed and I'm playing defense and I'm not even jumping on the block. So it's been a couple years since I blocked,
And just stay down. We don't need rolled ankles.
which I keep providing
Yeah.
despite
Not blocking.
despite not blocking. But anyway, yeah, it's frustrating to get tooled if I can recall. But yeah, that's it is also a strategy and it works for some teams and it's working against Columbus.
Yep.
Consistently. The Dallas Atlanta game was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
The Sunday one.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
honestly, I had so many.
Five-center.
I like forgot how many. It was all league day.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of devices and it was a lot of me trying to multitask and watch them all. But I do remember feeling like these teams were pretty well matched in this moment. They were playing at a very similar level. It was very fun. A lot of leads were blown, like many point leads, which sometimes you watch that and you think, oh, it's horrible. Why are they giving up that big lead? But it was still really good volleyball. Like, it's a mental thing. You got to get past it. You got to like get out of a rotation and find a way to do it, which I think we've talked about Grand Rapids having a bit of an issue with before. But these two teams typically don't have a big issue with that. And it was happening, but it was really great volleyball. Mimi Collier is going to be Rookie of the Year. There's not a single doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
that was
can't
like
believe she
the
hasn't
worst
gotten
her
player of
2
the week
games.
yet.
Yeah. Was it Marley this week?
No, they haven't
This past
announced-
week, it was Marley.
Yeah, they haven't
From
announced.
Oh,
last
okay.
time.
Yeah.
From week 7, it was
Honestly,
Marley.
it could be her this week. Mimi.
It could be, but yeah, it really could be.
Yeah. We're just waiting on it, We're recording this on Monday. We'll see.
Love Caitlin Horde, despite her not getting that many attempts in this game against Atlanta, which is wild. It was a 5-set match. Did I click this wrong? No, this is the
No.
total.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
just set.
Dallas is like such an outside heavy team. Like
Yeah, no, for sure.
their right side is lucky to get
Yeah.
sets.
Well, they had
Yeah.
the crazy, like, it was obviously back and forth, set to set, but they had, like, Sofia Maldonado Diaz personally in the second set, she hit negative. She got blocked 7 times and had 6 kills. And then the next set, she hit over 500 and had 7 kills without an error.
She's like, oops, let me fix that
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Or I got
Which,
blocked
like-
1 time that second set and had 7 hitting errors. So,
Yeah, shows you that like volleyball can be really fun, even if statistically people are not doing well. It can be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
even if it's a little bit of a all over the place. I mean, just so many longer rallies for this game, this match. But yeah, you're right. They're outsides for days, and
It is kind of amazing that like she wasn't hitting that well, but they still kept setting her.
yeah. And
Yeah.
she
Which
still-
like,
had some good sets still.
what does
so.
that mean?
I feel like defensively they're not getting very much like tight to the net. Like NVA is constantly running everywhere.
Yeah. So
She's
that's what
sprinting.
they're at risk, right? Of like their outsides, arms falling off,
Yep, totally. That could be
and NVA.
second.
Well, I'm sure NVA is just like, whatever, I can run forever.
there. Well,
But
but she's
Yeah, would
older.
prefer not to.
it does wear
So
on you,
probably doesn't
and
want to.
like, especially you can't bounce back as quickly after like a 5-set match or something.
Yes, for sure. They need to defend more perfect balls.
Yeah.
If they want to get like this is just like exactly what you said. It's a longevity type of thing.
Mhm. And they're kind of
And
like
your
falling
outsides
back
are
into
23.
yeah, and they're kind of falling back into that group.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2 games ahead of the Mojo and the Valkyries now, and
Yeah.
3 games behind Indy.
They're going to need to hold on for dear life. And I think that means involving your middles if possible.
Yeah, if possible.
Be nice.
If possible, just no worries if not. Any other game you want to talk about, Ian?
I mean, the 2
team.
Mojo games, we talked about Columbus already. They also
This was a
swept the
good-
Rise. It's a nice
It
week
was a
for
good
them.
time. Yeah, it was a good time for Mojo to play the teams that were at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah.
So they could just keep rolling
Yeah,
their win streak.
they get a nice
Yeah,
momentum
the opposite
going.
of Columbus, which had to play Indy and the best team in the league and the hottest team in the league in the Mojo.
Yeah. I mean, that said, anything can happen. Don't forget about the sameness,
Yeah.
the parity, if you will.
Parody.
Just because you're going to play a team that's toward the bottom of the standings doesn't mean that you won't get beat. But in this instance, it really did work for Mojo.
Yeah, they hit 176 against Columbus
That's
and
not good.
179 against Grand Rapids, but they only lost one set. So whatever, man.
It's a head scratcher. Whatever,
What we
man.
gotta do.
So whatever, man.
So whatever, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Maya
Two
Tapron,
really good games.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
two really good games.
Yeah, and she has a big blue wrap on her left hand. It's like
With blue
many
tape.
of her fingers. It's
Yeah.
blue tape. And listen, here's the other thing. We got into a conversation a couple weeks ago in the Discord about pre-wrap. We were educating the youth.
Hilarious. Okay.
On pre-wrap, and like we think we're maybe going to bring it back. Me and
I came
handful of
across
Discord friends.
Insert TikTok, Instagram, Shorts, whatever your app of choice. They all have the same videos anyway.
Uh-huh.
Of like, I used to play soccer. Here's all the ways that you can wear your pre-wrap on your
So
head.
many ways. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, I guess just to educate the listeners and viewers, pre-wrap is the thing that goes on before the tape, physical therapy tape, right? Like if you've got if you've got an injury, and I bought
Pre-wrap.
It's the pre-wrap, and it's made of a. Ian, do you know what it's made of? Have you seen pre-wrap
Plastic?
before? Do you know what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
Some
It's
sort
like
of
a stretchy
yeah,
kind of
some sort
Sticky.
of
It
It's
sticks
a
to
little
itself.
sticky. It sticks to itself, but not your hair. And it's like a little bit see-through, and it can stretch, but then it can rip
And then I'll break.
pretty easily. And I did wear it as a headband pretty exclusively for my whole volleyball career. I was on the back end of it as well. Like I remember very distinctly at one point, I was like, at this point, it's just me and the U.S. women's soccer team.
Yeah. It's a big
That's it.
soccer thing. I
It's a
never
big
wore
soccer
it
team.
for volleyball. Actually, I never really wore it ever because it wouldn't stay on my head.
Oh, see, it's the only thing that would stay on my head.
Right. And but
Um,
big soccer thing though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I always saw it in soccer more than volleyball.
Yeah, it was big in volleyball, like probably though when I was in like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that Maya's wearing like a very bright blue pre-wrap, and then I think also a blue tape. Like it's very bright, and it's maybe could it be facilitating her blocking? At what point does tape on your hand become an illegal assistance for your
Yeah.
blocking game?
We're getting material where she's just putting stickum on it.
She's making it bigger. It's higher above her fingertips as much
Yeah.
as she can. She's elongating her blocking range.
She's just got to keep pushing it until they call her on it.
For sure. And I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just asking questions.
Just asking questions.
Anyway, she's playing great. It's not impeding her. It's maybe helping. No, just kidding.
Well, they beat Grand Rapids, and Grand Rapids it was like, swept by the Mojo.
Let's talk about Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lost then win.
Yeah, they're up and down. It's just like Orlando, frankly.
Last week it seemed like they were it was the most depressing situation. But now it seems like Columbus is clearly the most depressing of the
Yeah, right.
situations.
It's like who's vying for the most depressing situation. I feel excited at the prospect of Alexis Shelton starting at the outside next week.
For sure.
She came in the fourth. I do believe Ian mentioned came in the fourth to play outside, which is what she played in college.
Yeah.
So they were putting her on the right side a little bit when it was needed based on injuries, but got in against Orlando on the outside and hit 444 on 9 attempts. I hope she starts
Exciting.
next week. I would love that.
Yeah.
But I don't know who for. I don't make the rules.
Yeah, that's I mean maybe for Carly. She has had a couple bad
It's
hitting.
been-
But the thing is she's really good passing.
yeah.
Well,
So-
last week we were like, we've talked about a couple of weeks. It's like, if Carly Snyder's not doing good, they're not going
They're
to
in
win.
trouble.
But that was a lie. They did win.
Well,
She hit 56.
Well, because Paige Briggs Romine stepped up to
Yeah,
hold it
she's been
down.
leading them for a couple weeks now. She's
And
been good.
also, Orlando beat themselves a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
Well, they all hit really bad.
Yeah, but we keep talking about it like this is the one where they have it feels like they just have the built-in excuse until they get some of their players back. Or when
Yeah.
they win, it's like it's good on them. And when they lose, it's like, well, of course they lost. They don't have any of their, hitters that you would think that they're giving the ball to 40 times a game.
This was another situation where Champu was running all over the place. There was a point in which the libero dug a ball like to the libero's left, so out of the court. Champu had to go get it, set the outside, and then Champu said to the libero, "Go play right back. I'm not fucking going over there." So then Champu played left back defense, and Pusic went over to the right side, right back, because for sure, she was running like a chicken with her head cut off for a very long rally. She couldn't get back in time. I love the audible, but it's it's a pretty good example for what the vibe was on that court.
Yeah.
Which is she was tired.
Led them in digs all the night.
Yeah. I mean, the defense wasn't doing it for me. And I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
You have one
But they
middle.
beat Dallas.
Well, because they're very up and down. I feel.
Yeah. They need Brittany back.
Yeah, they beat Dallas in 4. And statistically, the big difference was that both of their middles hit pretty well. Courtney Schwann held it together. Charity Looper hit it together. Yes. And 2 of the 3 pin hitters hit above 200. Maybe you'll be okay then,
Who was Lindsay subbing for?
She would go on the right side sometimes, I think. 'Cause she wasn't passing.
Interesting.
Or really hitting.
Naya Shimei is getting a lot of balls, like 44 attempts against Dallas and 50 attempts against Grand Rapids. And I feel like she's getting a little bit more comfortable. Like I'm seeing glimmers of really good stuff. Yeah. But then also sometimes I think she's really thinking a lot about her defense. And so then is surprised when she's sat in the back row sometimes.
Oh.
And is really thinking about her blocking. And so then doesn't, she's there are certain points where I feel like she's a hair slow to things. But then other points she's really on it. So I would love to see that progress.
Yeah. Also, I'm realizing Lindsay, they're doing the dub sub, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't always have Champu playing front row in key times, I think.
Especially if her hand still hurts, her finger.
Yeah.
Well, that was a game, Champu only had to dig 7 times instead of 23 times.
Yeah, against Dallas, you're saying?
It seems better, yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's an interesting, scout from Grand Rapids that's hit at Champu. Because she'll get the dig, but then Orlando hitting out of system.
Yeah.
It's not going as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a scout.
They're not like Indy where Elena Scott's setting the middles out of the background.
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally. I've noticed that Pusic does a lot of bump setting.
Oh.
Which is fine, but I think it's not
Doesn't sound like you think it's fun.
Well, if it's going to be what you have to do to get the placement right, then more power to you. But there is something very nice about an overhand set, floater, better tempo. You can control it better. If
if the libero is good enough, they can hide it and at least give a little bit of an edge to the pin hitters. Most of the time it can be pretty predictable, right?
Yep.
And then you're for sure up against a double block that's closed and huge.
And scary. Or you can set the middle back, which, Kelly, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who played volleyball for a really long time and didn't know where the term BIC came from?
I always thought it was back row quick.
You're right.
Okay.
I just never questioned it.
Yeah.
I just never was curious about it. I was like, that right there, I'll set
BIC
that
is
one.
is different than I don't. We always called it red, white, blue. But I
Colors.
think there's actually I think the typical thing now is to do letters.
ABC? D?
D. Yeah.
C in between the middle and the right side, D
Yeah.
more to the sideline.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Ian, had you ever heard that before?
No. I mean,
All right,
maybe
so
in a
yeah.
broadcast, but no.
When the middle back runs the attack that's like a quick, it's a back row quick, that's a bick. And I don't know why I never thought about it.
I don't know.
I don't think it's like the most best thing ever designed, but I never questioned it, and now I know, and now
And
you all do too.
it's like universally used.
Yes, totally.
Vocab. This is a vocab. Nikki's vocab corner. Volleyball vocab. What about Omaha?
Right. Well,
2 more losses.
Omaha, Omaha, Omaha.
There was the last set they played of the week against Indy, when Indy hit 545 against them.
in which set?
The last
Well,
one
the
the
fourth
fourth
set.
in that last game.
Oh,
Indy
my
won
bad, yes.
25 to 13.
Yeah, they really crushed him.
Omaha didn't get a block. There was just 2 hitting air. It was rough.
I don't know what can help them.
Yeah.
They probably need Brooke back at 100%.
That would certainly help.
They got to figure out their other outside situation too.
Well, on the match, Reagan Cooper hit 273.
Yeah, that was the one though where she passed 11% positive.
Yeah, she's getting
She's
most
getting
of the
cooked.
she's getting most of the
27.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To pass.
27.
11%, yeah.
Listen,
Which we shouted out
everyone-
when she passed better last week because
right,
like,
because we had to give
I don't want
her.
to pin it on Reagan Cooper, but
now-
that stands out. That definitely stands out on the sheet.
I mean, I remember at the beginning of the season, we were all clamoring to give Reagan Cooper a chance. And I think that, everyone can reserve the right to change their minds about anything at any time. I'd like to see Sarah out there, to
I
start.
want to know how Reagan Cooper would be on the right side.
Right? I would also like that, because then that gets rid of her from a passing perspective.
I think she'd be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the fans want to see Merritt Beeson on the right side, despite
Yeah, and
Emily
honestly,
Londa.
Emily Londa is honestly doing great. So
She's
I
doing
don't
great.
want her to. lose her spot.
She's been their like best
She's
player
so
these last
she's very
couple
consistent.
weeks.
She did not block well against Indy at all.
Yeah, not
That-
in the Indy one.
Which that can be tough. For you need that from the right side.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Merritt
didn't.
Beeson on the outside? Try that.
Yeah, she didn't have a block against Atlanta either. Emily Londa, I mean,
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
not a one.
That's not.
no, none against Atlanta, and one against Indy.
I just think these pro players, put them in different spots.
Yeah.
They can do it,
Positionless
Raina Terry was
volleyball.
doing great on the right side.
for sure. Try it out.
Try it out.
You guys are
Switch it up.
pros. You can do it.
All right, we got a fun little trade. Now let's just switch up positions.
Yeah.
Switch up the pens. Switch them just for fun. Just a fun little switch.
Oh, five games is a long time now, and
It's a lot.
they've had
of
2
games.
3-game winning streaks in this season as well. So
Uh-huh.
they can
Well,
do
and
it.
let's see.
but-
Who do they have next? Grand Rapids. Away.
Give us the lowdown on next.
Who's coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thursday, March 5th, you're going to see Columbus at Orlando at 6 p.m. Central on Roku. Then you get a Friday break. Then Saturday, we have 3 matches, March 7th, all in the evening. 2 of them are at 6 p.m. Dallas at Orlando. Don't forget, Blue Circles.
Blue circles.
YouTube, 6 p.m. Then same thing, Omaha, same time, Omaha at Grand Rapids, as I just mentioned. That's Roku, so you're going to need multiple devices on that one. Then a little bit later, we have the late night West Coast match. That's Atlanta at San Diego, 8 p.m. YouTube.
Nice.
Sunday, just one match. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Grand Rapids at Indy, because I can't go to a match and not watch Grand Rapids play. It's impossible. And then just mentioning, the next week there's a Tuesday match. That doesn't happen very much. It's Omaha at Columbus.
rare.
So do you think that
probably
Omaha's
won't get
going
it
to...
out before that?
That
Interesting.
Omaha is definitely going to go straight from Grand Rapids on Saturday to Columbus on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I would hope for them.
Pack a bag.
Pack a bag.
Maybe
And
a
that's
coat.
what week 9 is going to have. All right.
Cool.
That's all we got.
Sick.
Wonderful.
Thanks for listening to Court Captains, the Volleyball Podcast. Please give us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you like what you're hearing. Support small podcasts. And if you don't like what you're hearing, then please just go ahead and mind your business. Follow us on Instagram at CourtCaptainsPod and email us your questions or comments at courtcaptainspod@gmail.com. And let us know if you're going to be at the Indy game. We'll come say hi.
Yeah. Great. And don't forget to be
Yeah.
the captain of your own court.
Nice.
Never forget.
Needed that. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.